Hey guys, as this year is ending, I just wanted to take a chance and just show you and give you an update on all of the aquariums and terrariums that I have in our house and in my collection, and kind of get us started for the new year as we start adding to that and start doing more updates on that. So we are actually right here with the gecko. Yep, we're right next to his enclosure, so let's go ahead and take a peek and see what we find. So as usual, we got to open this up. And I've done a lot of trimming of these, and you really can't tell. It has grown back like crazy already, but it looks really good in person. It kind of fills in. It's nice and dense. The gecko loves it. Down here also needs a trim. I'm eventually probably going to get rid of a lot of this baby tears, especially that stuff is all dying. And this stuff, once I trim it, the underneath doesn't really show any of the awesome textures. So I might end up getting rid of this. We might end up keeping it and just letting it raise up. And then these guys have grown really well and just keep multiplying like crazy in there. So these guys have been really good, and they're still some of my favorite. The pothos back here is sending up this little new guy. So this is kind of nice that he's finally sending off shoots and really enjoying it. So yeah, this tank has been going really well. And if I can find some gecko, he likes to hide right under here. There he is. This is one of his favorite hides here. So he's either under here, sometimes back in that corner. He really likes being up on the top and kind of all along there. So yeah, here's gecko. And yeah, if he comes back out tonight, I'll try to get a better view of him. But yeah, that's guacamole. Yeah, everything is going great with guacamole. I actually went to the pet store the other day and saw their baby crested geckos again, and saw just how small they were, and it just made me realize how big this gecko's gotten already in his first year. So it's been really cool. Yeah, just having him for almost a year. We got him in March, so he's probably a year old, pretty sure. So yeah, he's been getting really big. It's kind of fun. Let's move on to the Papua New Guinea tank. I would walk you through the whole house, but I don't think my wife is going to appreciate that because it's kind of messy. But we will make our way over to the Papua New Guinea tank. And as I approach the Papua New Guinea tank, you'll notice that we did a lot. We changed out both the plants on the side. The bird of paradise is on the left, and we've got a majesty palm over on the right. And these potters that we found, I think look pretty sweet. It's way too dark to actually see very well. But they look pretty great on tie-in. The fish, we're still riding the same thing. Still got just the thread fins in there, and a couple of the prey cocks in there. This sword has grown like crazy. I think last time you guys saw it, it was like this tall, and now it's grown all the way up to the top. So it's huge now and looking great. Fish are loving it. And then we bought a hibiscus in the back. It has been a journey getting that there. Just the whole repotting it process, and we put it actually in a 10-gallon trash can on top of a stool back there, and then it started to die really bad. It had a lot of dieback, lost most of it, and now I don't know if you can see, but we've had just tremendous growth on this in probably the last just few weeks since we've kind of trimmed out all the dead stuff, moved the light back. The light was about right here. And we moved it back, and that's just really been a huge difference maker for this one. But the fish are doing great. The thread fins, which they always hide, as soon as I come up here, they are super camera shy, and they just hide in the back. But they have probably doubled in size since I've had them already. They're growing great. I'm doing really well. So we're waiting for the spring with those, and come springtime, we should get more fish to go in there. We have like 14 now, and we're going to target to get up like 30 to 35. So we've got a lot more fish to go, but unfortunately nobody's really shipping those until like April, May. So we're going to be waiting for a while. So we'll send some update videos then when we do that. So that's the Papua New Guinea tank. And we have the most recent setup, the Fluval Flex that's next to our bed. You can see I removed this piece of wood that was right here. It looked kind of bad from the front, and I put it there to be viewed. So when we lay in bed, we see it from this direction. So this is actually how I look at the tank way more often. And you can see, like, if there's this piece of wood in the back right here, you can see how it would look really good from this side, and it really did. It looks a lot worse now from here. But just when you look in the front, it just opens up so much. This stem plant is just growing crazy and doing great. This one we just replanted the I think that's the Ludwigia, the broadleaf, nareleaf, I can't remember which kind. Ludwigia, everything else kind of died off. This is all that's made it of the dwarf hairgrass, but it's growing great, and hopefully should start spreading here soon, kind of as planned. We're getting some hair algae battles. I really like the way it looks on the wood personally, so I've had a not too bad of a battle with it, but it's definitely taking over a lot of these plants. So just as I continue to trim the plants, we'll keep kind of monitoring that. But I kind of like the way it looks personally. I've never been a fan of it, but in this tank for some reason the hair algae looks really great. And you haven't seen them yet, but we actually added a peacock gudgeon in here. We're gonna start to breed these guys coming up and try to breed them and get them into the Papua New Guinea tank. So let me try to drop some food in there and see if I can get this guy to come out for you. Let's see if we can get him out. We drop some food in there. All right, I dropped some food in. Let's see if we get anybody out there. These guys are great to watch. They move so much. I don't think I realized how much they were gonna move in this tank, but they just had so much life to it. And he is still hiding in there. That's the peacock gudgeon, just chilling on the bottom. You can see some of the quarries. Also, man, these fish are so fun to watch. I love watching these little quarries just kind of swim all over the bottom of everything and just trying to always find food to eat. They are just definitely some of my favorite fish. Alright, well, I will give up on the peacock gudgeon, and I'll try to get some B-roll footage of him later to show on this video, because he is just not wanting to cooperate. He does not like you guys. And here is the final tank. This is the Saltwater Office tank. I'll roll some B-roll maybe as well, but everything you guys know, lost every single soft coral that was in here. Only the hammer coral and the Duncan coral over here on the right made it through COVID. There's a few more new corals over here, just LPS, and that one on the far left is an SPS. It's a Pavona coral. So just realized I've had horrible luck with softies in this tank, and I'm switching to just doing LPS and SPS for the time being, and seeing what I can do, but still battling a lot of hair algae. I'm sure I will continue to do that. Sushi's doing great, and hopefully in the coming time we'll get some new fish, some new inverts, and kind of fill this tank back with life now that I'm kind of returning to work again. So that'll be what's, I guess, coming up in the new year. Will be some new fish and some new corals, so we'll continue to see what happens. Also switched out the light so it's not sitting on top anymore. With the new light, it'll probably be not as good in terms of performance, but I really think it looks a lot better aesthetically without the light being on top of the hood. So yeah, we'll I guess little teaser is what is going to happen with that Kessel light that I just had. Guess you guys will have to wait until the new year to find out. And that is all of my fish tanks at the end of 2020. I actually forgot to record anything from Liam's fish tank because he's always asleep when I go to do these videos. If you're wondering what that little blue light is, oh, well, it's 2021, so that's the next video you'll get to see. See you guys in a couple weeks.